All right guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how simple it is to hit a world-class slice backhand and show you the one thing 95% of players do that prevents them from hitting a great slice backhand. The first thing we have to do is find the right grip, which is going to be a chopper grip. Continental grip, you might have heard it being called, but if you think about chopping something, it's going to put you in the right position, or at least it should. If you move too far left on the racket, too far right on the racket, you're not going to feel as strong. And you're not going to have the alignment that is going to be extremely important for hitting a slice backhand. So you need to feel like you're chopping something and your arm and your racket are aligned. I asked this kid to get into a position like he was chopping some wood, you know, like just chopping down or something like that. He said, I was chopping some wood last weekend at my granddad's house. And I said, all right, well, how would you hold it? He said, I was using a chainsaw. That's amazing. All right, so anyway, find this grip. You need this alignment. Now, before we hit a few, let's talk about why you should be using the slice. There's so many reasons. You got to change the pace, you know, change the bounce for your opponent. Make it difficult for them to time their shots because balls are bouncing with slice, some are skidding, some are checking, some have topspin on. Mix it up a little bit. Challenge their ability to anticipate the bounce of the ball and to make adjustments. With a slice, you can land the ball short. You can use different parts of the court. You can change the pace. You can float some up there and make them have to generate some power. You can make people bend down, people who've got funky Western grips, put it low to their forehand. But there's one more reason why I use a slice backhand, and that is because I like to hit the ball from relatively low. I don't like the ball up here. So if you give me a backhand and I slice it down, that next ball comes back a lot lower. It's more in my strike zone than if I was to hit a topspin, loop it up there, and someone loops it back at me. So I slice it down low, you put it into my strike zone, I can attack that next ball, or at least feel a lot more comfortable with it. Oh, also, if you're hitting a lot of slice backhands, your volleys are going to get better, especially your backhand volley. It's the same contact point, it's the same connection with the ball. So once you start mastering the slice, your net game just gets better. So when you watch me hitting some slices here, you're going to see this same alignment throughout the entire shot. When I take it back, this alignment is still there. Bending my elbow, contact point, same alignment, follow through, same alignment. If you can keep this relationship between the racket and the forearm throughout the entire swing, it does become relatively simple to execute this shot. So what you're going to notice here is I'm going to keep this alignment all the way from the take back to the contact point, which is going to be right there, right next to my lead shoulder. And then the follow through is going to be pointing towards where I want the ball to go. My contact point is going to be right next to my lead shoulder every time, guaranteed, or your money back. So I'm going to contact that ball right here. Now that's going to allow me to keep this alignment because the error that most players make is to get the ball too far out in front there. Now, a few things are going to have to happen if you do that. You're going to have to rotate your body to go get that ball, which means you're going to come across the ball and hit a lot of side spin on your backhand, which makes it very difficult to get it cross court because I want to be able to work around the ball to pull it cross court. I don't want to be rotating my shoulders and coming across the ball and hitting it up the line with side spin. The other thing you're going to end up doing is either using your wrist a lot to find that contact point out in front, or what most people do is just change to a slight eastern backhand grip to hit this shot. If I try and create an out wide slice here, what I want to do is come around the ball. I want to stay sideways and come around it. If I turn my body, I slide across it, it goes up the line to a lot of players' forehands. So bring that contact point back a little bit and keep that alignment, keep that grip, and you can come down the ball instead of across the back of it. But yes, I would say 95% of players hit the ball too far in front of them. You didn't think I got that forehand in me, did you? I'm going to try and hit a few left-handed slices here. And I am not very good at being left-handed. I'm going to show you my serve in a minute. It's pretty embarrassing. But if I can squeeze this tight, keep this alignment, this shot is relatively simple. I never know what to do with my non-dominant arm when I'm hitting a lefty. But it's pretty simple to contact the ball right here, to come down it with a bit of backspin, and there's not much to go wrong. But again, I'm squeezing this tight to make sure that things stay aligned. A lot of people just they're not disciplined enough with this alignment to structure their entire shot around it. So they're out here just doing all kinds of stuff. Find this. This is the most important thing in my life right now, is to keep this alignment. I'm going to keep it there. I'm just going to squeeze tight. Let's look pro here. Oh, that was sexy. Oh, textbook. Now, if I step this up a little bit, I'm going to try and step onto my lead leg, lean into it a little bit. I have a little bit of a habit of dropping the racket head here and kind of lagging. It gives me a lot of power, and because I know I can snap it back into position here, I can get away with it. I'm not encouraging it, it's just something I've developed over the years where I can create a little bit of extra power. Ideally, what you want to use is more of your muscles here to power the shot. So keep this alignment and just try and come through as one piece, and don't get too Mr. Whippy with it. That might have been a little bit better. What I'm also going to be doing is staying very sideways from here through the contact. You might see me turn a little bit on the end and kind of like relax my arm and float all the way to the finish and rotate a little bit. But you really need to be staying sideways from here to here. Is there going to be another ball? There's always another ball. There it is. So stay as sideways as you can. All right, guys, hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, visit tpatennis.com. You can have a one-off analysis right now for $50. Or we can do an unlimited program where you can send me as many videos as you want each month. Talk to you soon.